Hello, good morning. How are you? How are you doing? Hello, hello. Uh, let's go tips. Uh, hold on. No. Oh, same. Me too. I got sick because my brother was sick and he kept talking to me, and then I got sick too. Oh well. I mean, there are some germs you can't run away from. Oh my goodness. Anyway, here's to us getting better. Yeah, my brother was like, I don't know, I was so mad at him. I was like, bitch, I'm sick because of you. Like, couldn't you just have stopped talking to me while you were sick? Like, stop talking to me for like 2 days. But no, he came into my room many times, and now I'm sick because of him. And he's a stupid bitch. I'm so mad. But I was like, I don't want to skip stream. I'm good. I'm fine. Mhm. Yeah, brothers. But I have water, and I should drink medicine. But I hate I hate cold medicine so much. Like I have nasatap, and it makes me so sleepy. It is like the weird kind of sleepy where it feels like I lose control of my body. It's like your body falls asleep before your brain does. So it's like terrible. I hate it. Have you ever felt that where it felt like your whole body was more tired than your own brain? So you're just like, okay, I'll try to sleep, and then your feet fall asleep faster than your eyes do, and it's like I don't feel like these are part of my body. It feels like you dissociate a little bit, and it's like ew. I hate it. So here we go. I should actually drink. Oh yeah, yeah. That too. That too. So I spent a lot of time reading this weekend. Oh okay, yeah. My brain same. It was like I hated it because my feet felt heavy, like my feet were sleepy, but my brain was like, I'm awake. We gotta think about stuff. Why are my eyes like this? What's happening? Is it me being sleepy? Is it my ring light? I'm good. Okay, I just had to face forward. But yeah, I spent. Stop doing that. My eyes are doing things. Should I calibrate? Are you okay, Jasper? Oh, that's how. Okay, there we go. Is that better now? Okay. Yeah, I spent the weekend reading. I got some. I usually play Stardew Valley on the weekends, but I got so mad because I couldn't get the ore I want, and I was like, "Bitch, I don't want to play for a while. I hate this. I'm mad at Stardew Valley for now." So I stopped, and so I began reading, and then I found this author that I really like, and I've been binge reading her books and finished two of her books so far over the weekend, and they were so good. Oh my god, I could not sleep. I kept like, oh, just one more hour. I'll read just one more chapter or one more hour. What the fuck is wrong with my eye? I kept saying like one more hour, please. Just one more. It's so good. She did the first book I read. It was a Enemies to Lovers book, and it was like a figure skating couple. It was so cute. Oh my goodness. let me let me take it out. Let me Google it so that I know more of my shit. So the first book that I read, because I truly love this what's it called, this genre, this uh trope, I mean, it's called enemies to lovers, and I love it. It's my favorite trope of all because I love the tension. I love the uh, I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but the tension between enemies to lovers is just so good, especially when one of them is like actually secretly pining, and then like the banter is always so funny. I love it so much. And it's called From Lukov with Love, and it's about this girl who's like struggling to find a pair to skate with because she was in a pair skate category, but then like her previous partner was like extremely shitty and like cheated on her with another figure skater and basically ghosted her and picked to pair with that other figure skater without telling her. And that other figure skater was actually like also like one of her, rivals in figure skating, so it was kind of fucky. And then so the main guy, the main lead, like they knew each other since they were young because she's best friends with his sister since they were like what, like 6 years old or something, and they all trained in the same arena for a long time. And this guy, like him and his sister, owns the arena. It's called the Lukov Center, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that one day they didn't talk a lot when they were kids, but then one day he was wearing the most stupid, ugly looking costume the main character had ever seen. Her name's Jasmine, and she's half Filipino. And Jasmine was like, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I need to tell him right now. Because she's very blunt. She doesn't understand that some people don't like it when you're blunt. And she was like, that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. It was like all bright yellow with like stupid looking flowers all over his body. And she was like, I need to tell him that it's so stupid. And so she went up to him and he was like, hey, you should change your costume. It's so ugly. And he was like, excuse me? And she was like, your costume, it's so ugly. You should change it. And he was like, your face is ugly. and so it started this whole stupid rivalry between them. Every time they saw each other, they would just be like, hey, you dumb bitch. Like the guy really thought that she did it out of spite. And ever since then, they just hated on each other. He would be like, because she was a chubby kid when she was younger, and he would be like, hey, your skates need a little break from your weight, bitch. And she was like, oh, you ugly ass face, bitch. Not, they don't exactly say bitch, but you know what I mean. It was so funny. Like the moment they see each other, it was like on site. They would be like, I hate this man, and the guy would be like, this woman, I have to say something really mean. And they would be like, you dumb. And he called her meatball. I don't know why he called her meatball. He just called her meatball. And she would call him Satan. He would be like, Satan? Where did you come from? And one day, there was a rumor. There was a rumor that he broke up with his partner, and she was like, damn, maybe nobody can stand him actually. And then actually she gets called to the manager's office, and they're like, Jasmine, we have a proposition for you. We need you to be Ivan's partner. And they're all just looking at each other, and they're like, huh? Me? Why nobody can stand you anymore? Like she was like, "Are you that desperate?" The guy was like, "Well, you would know how that feels, wouldn't you?" She hasn't had a partner in years, and she couldn't like get better at like singles figure skating, and it was all like, "Oh shit!" Like they're both desperate for a partner, and she was like, "Okay, you know what? I want these terms. You absolutely cannot back out. After like we have to do this only for a year, but you absolutely cannot back out until the year ends. And at the end of the year, you have to help me find my own partner. Like you have to not leave until I have an official partner. Is that a deal?" And then the manager is like, I have my own terms. You have to not argue in front of me during practice, but you can duke it out with it on each other before and after practice. Got it? Like, as long as you don't kill each other. And she was like, and he was like, yeah, sure, fine. Hold on, I need to reply. It was so funny. No way, they would just be like, "Oh, you're oh my god, your face looks stupid." Like, they would just be like that to each other, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then eventually they did. Like, I don't want to spoil, but obviously, eventually they fall in love. But it's the way there is so fun. Like, it's not like other books that I read. I don't know. I think the main character is just so well written. How she doesn't back down, and like how her main problem is basically like she has anger issues that she needs to work through, and I love that she's like in order to like get over her anger issues or working on anger issues, she always like has to like mentally remind herself like, I have to be better, I have to be better, like be better. I think that was a nice touch. Like, it's not just like about the romance, it's also about the girl like actually trying to get better at who she is. And she's like, oh, like, and she's slowly realizing like, oh, the guy isn't that bad actually. If I gave him a chance, he's actually kind of nice. And he's just, wait, I don't know if this is spoilers or if this is just enticing you to to read it more. but he was like, we could be friends. And he was like, I swear, like, because he was like, I like that you don't hold back with me, because like he's kind of considered like a like handsome in his world, and he has a lot of medals and trophies already, so people kind of like are extra nice to him, and so he thinks it was actually like really fun when they would just like duke it out on each other, and he was actually like, he thought they were having fun the whole time. And he was just worried that like, oh, maybe like that he just had a little worry like maybe she hates me actually. I think that was funny. I think that was nice. But it's good. It's so good. Like I like and there's only like when smut scene at the end. I mean, he was just a kid. I think he was only like 4 years older than her, so I think he didn't have a choice in his costume, and he like I think it was well known that he didn't know much about in the costume department. He was more like he liked music more, so he was better at picking music. And the main character had a sister who could stitch and make costumes for her, so it was kind of like it felt like she was the one he needed to complete his whole set or something, but it was cute. But yeah, like it was an outfit that he didn't pick. He was basically too young, so his costume designer was very bad that year. But he won anyway, even though people were shitting on his costume. But because he was just so talented that he won anyway. And so when they were partners, she was like, "I'm never letting you pick costumes, okay? My sister can make our costumes for us. Just please do not pick the costumes." And he was like, "As long as you don't pick the music, you never pick any good music." And she was like, how dare you? What do you mean?" And he was like, "Why do you think you never win? It's because your sets are never good. Like your music never matches your personality. Like your music is like this. It sucks." And she's like, "Okay, fine. You do the music. I'll do the costume." But yeah, it's really good. And like another one from the same author. It was a it was a childhood friends to lovers, and then it's really long. It's childhood friends to strangers to friends to lovers, and I finished it this morning, and I almost cried. Very there's potential like Kuroken material there, but yeah, it was cute. So yes, exactly. Kuroken potential. Wait, yeah. So the girl has this cousin, and they all live with her grandma, right? Because like her parents travel around, so they just get dumped into like her grandma's house, and she also meets this guy, their childhood friend, because his dad was never around, and he only had like he was only raised by his single mom, and so he had to like be taken care of by the grandma also, because she has a big house basically. Oh yeah, same. The only childhood friends to lovers I also like right now is probably Koroke. And then growing up, she was like always with them, like she played with them a lot. And then when she was 16, like she had a little crush on him. And then he had a girlfriend at the time who was like really jealous because she was getting all the attention or whatever. And then like one day he when he got, because he's a football player, he got busy with his football athlete life, and he allegedly, or I guess he stopped replying to her for a long time, and she was like crying and like sad and shit because she thought that maybe he didn't like her anymore.